Hello. So I bought another Sony Vaio laptop for cheap. This one is not working at all. It's completely dead. At least that is what seller told me. The HDD and the RAM should be included in this one. So it is the complete laptop. Everything is in there, but it just cannot be powered on. So in this video, I'm gonna try to at least get it working. I don't know what model, I know what model it is. It is Sony Vaio model PCG 6H1M. But yeah, there are some of these on the internet, but I couldn't find any reviews or something like that. So I don't know exactly what specifications are in here. So I'm just gonna try to open it and we are gonna see what's inside. Okay, we can start with the, I think this is the RAM. So we have the RAM stick here. Triton. Yeah, I think this is the original RAM from the Sony, and it is 1 gigabyte. I don't know if this is the only upgradable memory slot. In this Sony computer sometimes there is another slot on the logic board, but you have to disassemble the whole thing to get to do another RAM slot. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna unscrew all of the screws and try to pry it open. So it's disassembled. And it should, like, the keyboard should pop up. Just a second. With these Vaios, I know that the, yeah, look at it. Come on. No. Oh. Broke it. Oh, my fault. A lot of screws here. Oh, nice. Look at this. Okay, so keyboard off. There is another stick of RAM, also marked as Triton. So I think this is the original memory from the Sony. I don't know if you can see it, but it is another 1 gig. So together 2 gigs of RAM in this. And here we have the top case. I think we need to remove 1, 2, 3 screws, but this screw is missing. And what I noticed is that the screws that I screwed off from here, they are different sizes, different color. All of the screws are the black. I think they are the original screws, but the two screws were silver color. So someone been in here. This screw is also silver one. I don't think it is original screw. There is no screw here, and there is screw here, and this screw is black. So yeah, okay. If you can see here, we have the, I think this is the trackpad. Let's say, yeah, sure. Okay. Always happens. And this is this like panel here with S1, S2 and power button. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to pull this over the tweezers. And we can try to lift this up. Is there another screw? I forgot. No. So why it's not going? This side is going just fine. There are two cables from the speakers here. Come on. Okay. Oh, yeah. So, here we go. And you can see here we have the CPU, I suppose. Here is the GPU and hard drive. Looks like this hard drive is also original. I'm just gonna remove it so I can see what it is. Okay, and the 4 screws. Okay, so Triton. We have two sorry. Yeah. Triton, and Triton. So everything is original. And this is 320 gigabytes, but it is, I don't know if you can see that, sorry. Yeah, 320, but it is 7200 RPM hard drive. Not the worst, not the best, but what I'm gonna try is to put SSD in it. But first of all, I'm gonna try to disassemble CPU and GPU, repaste it, so we can get at least some look how it is gonna run when the CPU and GPU is replaced and when I put SSD instead of HDD inside. Okay, so I removed 2 screws. There are some springs in here. And here we have the CPU. Just a moment. So this is the Intel 1.73 gigahertz from 2004. Oh, so this is a pretty old computer. Was it like this? Oh, like this. Sorry. Anyway, I'm gonna repaste it so I can give it a second chance, but why this? I think this is the GPU, but you know what, at this point I don't care. It just maybe it is screwed from the other side, so I'm gonna unscrew the whole board and we will see. So yeah, it is done, but it took me like 30 minutes to repaste it, and now I'm gonna repaste the CPU. At least I'm gonna try. Yeah, come on. You know, I'm not even sure if this is gonna work, but good enough. To be honest, I don't care. Again, like, it is what it is. I don't know if it's gonna even like turn again. Also, one thing I forgot to say about this one, what I was reading something about the Vaio notebooks, and some people said that the no power issue could be caused by the CMOS battery. So, but the CMOS battery was underneath all of this, underneath the board. I removed it. I'm gonna try to power it on. I'm gonna assemble it again together, and I'm gonna try to power it on. If it's not gonna work, there is nothing I can do about this. I think I don't have any like soldering skills or something like that, and basically it is just not worth it. As I said, I bought it for $5. If it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work. Yeah. So unfortunately, bad news, it is still not working. I tried, I think I tried everything. I tried like 4 different RAM sticks. I tried 3 different HDDs. Even I tried different CPU. It's just not turning on. So this one is, wait. It is doing something right now. No, it stopped. What the hell? It was just hard drive started to spin for a moment. I'm gonna try the different RAM again. It is doing something. Yeah. I don't think so. The hard drive is spinning. I can hear it, I can feel it, but there's oh. Just a second. No, nothing. But I've seen the Vaio logo for a while. Just a second. I'm gonna try again. Maybe the flex cable is not secured enough. Yeah, there is here. Here is the green stuff that it's supposed to go here. Yeah, the hard drive is spinning. No, nothing on the screen. But yeah, I saw for a second, I saw the Vaio logo on the screen, so I'm just yeah, I'm gonna try to revive this. Just bear with me. Look at this. Look at this. It is doing something. It is doing something. Operating system not found. Okay. Okay. That's fine. No worries. I'm gonna try to put the SSD in it with the Windows 7 installed on it, and we will see if it's gonna work. But yeah, it is working. That's nice. Look at that. So unfortunately, I think we are done here, guys, because someone totally screwed this flex cable, and this flex cable is going to the power button, and I just can't, even if I remove the battery, it's not gonna come on. Yeah, now it's now the battery removed. I don't care anymore. If I put it in, it's not gonna start up because you need to press the button here, but the flex cable from the power button is messed up. There is a missing, like, you know, pin or something like that. Even if I try to put it in there, it's not gonna power on. So basically, yeah, this is useless. Look. Sorry, but yeah, this is just 4 parts. Basically, what I can use is the memory, which is useless to me, to be honest, like DDR2 100 gig each. Then I have the, yeah, this is the SSD I put in. That's mine, but this is the original HDD. At least it is 7200 RPM. But anything else, it is useless. Maybe I'm gonna try to pry out this CPU. You never know. Maybe I'm gonna buy a piece of crap similar to this in the future. This is the waste of a thermal paste. So this is useless. I'm gonna just, yeah. I paid $5, and what I can use from this is the HDD, the RAM, and the CPU. So I'm gonna try to figure out how much this is worth, and if it can even be worth like $5. So basically this is worth like the HDD, 2 RAM sticks, and the CPU is worth like $10 together. I paid $5 for the whole notebook. Yeah, not great, not terrible. I mean, I'm a little bit disappointed by the outcome, but yeah, this was the honest, like, teardown. I could not fix it. I tried everything I could. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm sorry about this. But it is what it is. Maybe I'm gonna try to buy another cheap notebook, and maybe I'm gonna get more luck in that one. But thank you for watching.